Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is the brother Quadar of GMS Gulf Coast, and I'd like to start by giving infinite honor and praise to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Quadash. Double honors are given up to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, men who have labored and suffered in this truth for over 30 plus years, making their lives and their bodies a living sacrifice. Also like to send a shalom to the hopefully elect, the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, the bishop elders, heads of camps, brothers not named GMS but walking one spirit and one body in Yahweh Shai, preaching and teaching this 100% truth, as well as the hopeful elect, the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, scattered throughout the four winds of planet Earth, north, south, east, and west, which consist of men, women, and children. In that order, to you all, shalom, shalom, shalom. Real quick, just reporting on some of the news here in Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America, otherwise known as America, and some of the madness that slips through the cracks, that are not, I wouldn't say slip through the cracks, but are not put out there in the forefront as headline news or distraction tactics. But real quick, I have a close family member of mine that works here at this place, so I just want to bring this out as a talking point, but to show you how wicked this place is. And the root of it all is all founded in wickedness. This is going into this doctor arrested for using hidden cameras to record staffers, his own co-workers, 12 hours ago. Jefferson Parish Sheriff Department, Sheriff's Office arrested an Oshner's doctor for allegedly using a hidden camera to record staffers in restrooms. This is madness. This is madness. Doctor arrested accused of hiding camera in Oshner's restroom. He looked like a pervert. He might be some type of intern or something. You know how they get to the end of their doctorship. They started let's see, let's play this video right here. I'm gonna grab a few precepts after the fact. Lord willing, this be edifying. Let's read a little bit. It says New Orleans, an Oshner's resident training to become a doctor. See, I figured that's what he was. Was arrested Thursday and accused of recording people inside a hospital's bathroom. According to the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office, Andrew Matthews, 37, of Jefferson, faces 10 counts of video vulgarism. Weirdo. Let's look at him. Jefferson Parish, Sheriff's Office believes more counts are expected against Matthews as the investigation continues. It says deputies were called to the hospital in the 1500 block of Jefferson Highway around about 11:30 a.m. after an employee found the camera and reported to the hospital security. The security staff identified Matthews as the suspect and turned over evidence to the sheriff's office, according to a statement issued by JPSO. Sheriff's office said there were dozens of videos taken inside what is believed to be a staff-only restroom. Pervert. Babylon the Great. JPSO expects the investigation to last several weeks. Ochsner's medical director issued the following statement regarding the arrest. We can confirm that a resident trainee goes against all ethics and codes. But what you expect, because he has the appearance of an Esau, so what you expect from a real live heathen? Let's see, what was it? We can confirm that that a resident trainee has been arrested for allegedly unlawfully installing a recording device in an employee's restroom at our Jefferson Highway campus. The individual has been terminated. An investigation by the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office is underway. The safety of our patients, visitors, and employees is our highest priority. Ochsner's health does not and will not tolerate violation of privacy or illegal activity of any kind. While we cannot comment further on the details of an active investigation, we can reassure our community that our security team acted swiftly and conducted a thorough sweep of the campus, including all bathrooms, call rooms, and other private staff and patient areas. No other devices were found. And you can go read the rest there. You can read the rest. I think they have a video on it. I want to check this video out if I may, if I can. Let's see. That's the all persons are presumed innocent until proven guilty. That's a crack of a bull. Because had he been a Jake, he'd been that guilty as charged. And he may very well be a Jake, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I want to see if I had a video on this.
Attention Orleans property owners. The assessment rolls are open now through August 15th. Submit an appeal online or schedule a virtual or in-person meeting today at nolaassessor.com or call 504-754-8811. Offices are located at City Hall, the Algiers Courthouse, and Lakeview Christian Center.
Ochsner says a resident physician in training at its main hospital on Jefferson Highway has been arrested.
Yeah, the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Department says deputies found a recording device inside an employee restroom. Ochsner says its security team has conducted a sweep of the entire facility, including all bathrooms, as well as private staff and patient areas. No other device has been found. Deputies arrested 31-year-old Andrew Matthews for 10 counts of video voyeurism. Investigators say dozens of videos were taken inside bathrooms that were for staff only, and more charges are possible.
What's bugging you?
Well, there you have it. There you have it. Let's get out of this real quick. Message to Egypt. That's synonymous with this land that we're in today. A place of bondage, you know. I'm going to start at the top here. It reads, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. The heart. Let's look and see what that word. Let's go into the Strong's, or rather the blue letter. Because the Lord is going to destroy this place, man. Just like he did in ancient Egypt for the most part. And the heart.
Strong's H3824. Levav. Levav.
Levav. We know what that's going into because we read the inner man, mind, will, heart, soul, understanding, and a part midst, heart of man, soul, mind, knowledge, thinking, reflection, memory. So it's talking about, when we bring that scripture out, let's bring it out again. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh ride upon a swift cloud. That swift cloud is synonymous with the chariots. And shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. The mind's going to be straight disturbed, because there's proof that the chariots are real. You know, they still call them, what they call it, UFOs, and I can't remember that other acronym, but, you know, but they know them to be true. They know them to be real, you know. And they're disturbed. That's why you had the Space Force and all these other 6 branches of government and all this other crap, you know. But let's keep reading. It reads, verse 2, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. The Egyptian against the Egyptian. And we're not seeing that. We're seeing these Edomites, these so-called white people, who are actually in rulership. You know, all you do is just look at your money. You know, look at the banking families, the people who are truly set up to run the world. You know, the majority of them come out of the tribe of Amalek. If not all of them, the majority of them so-called Jewish people. You know what I'm talking about? And they've been set up, been given rulership, and all the madness that we see that's being perpetrated across planet Earth now. You know, they're all in an uproar as far as the lower tier of the so-called white man. He's upset with the upper echelons. Anyway, let's keep reading. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And that's what we're seeing now that's being prepared, you know. You got the Russians against the Ukrainians, and the Russians against the NATO, United States, and its allies, Canada. And then you have the state of Israel against everybody. You know. Mind you, this is an in-house fight, you know, between the upper echelons of the so-called white people. You know what I'm talking about? We're watching it all be played out on satellite TV, internet, cable providers, you name it. But this is what we're witnessing, you know. The little skirmishes going on over there in, France. You know, they're upset about the pension. You know, the people are starting to throw a hissy fit about that. So they bucking up against who? Other white folks. Because there are white people who rule and run France. So the people who are making the most noise are the people who look like the people who were running the country. Neighbor against neighbor. And that's going to be literally too, you know. Wait, let's keep going. It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits and to wizards. All of that old left hand, action, from the Freemasons, the Shriners, the Jesuits. All of these things here are gonna break down because the Lord is making a move on Babylon the Great, aka America, aka Egypt, aka Chaldea, aka all of ancient Rome. You get the picture. But I want to get to the point here, because what we're seeing as referring to what we seen in that clip there, these people are perverse and ratchet, and they can't help themselves to be getting caught in silly ass schemes like putting cameras in bathrooms and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. That's nothing new. There's nothing private here in Babylon the Great, a.k.a. otherwise known as America. There's cameras everywhere. If you got a cell phone or a smart TV, you're constantly being, recorded, watched. So, but to blatantly go and buy a device out of Best Buy or Amazon or whatnot and go actually and place it into a bathroom or restroom, man, that just show you what type of people we've been dealing with all this time. Okay, this is the point right here. This is Isaiah 19:14. It says, the Lord Yahweh had mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggered in his vomit. Now let's go into that word perverse, shall we? Because that's what you're dealing with. That's what you're seeing. That's just perversion,
Strong's H 5773. Iv'im.
Let me say it again.
Strong's H 5773. Iv'im.
Just what he said. Let's keep moving. It says right here, outline of biblical use: distorting, perverting, warping, distorting, perverting. Let's get it on the online etymology real quick.
Pervert.
This is verb, perverting. Let's see what it says. From the original course, meaning or state of distorting or corruption of what was first interpreted. Okay, that's not what we're looking for. Someone, lead someone away from the considered right, natural, or acceptable. Lead someone away from what is considered right, natural, or acceptable. The Lord has set a spirit to lead these clowns, these heathens, these natural heathens, 2/3 of our people for the most part, away from what is considered right, natural, or acceptable. Because, here in America, especially here in America, you can't judge me. That's just a cop-out to say that they can do what they want to do. Everything's acceptable here. You understand? You can't judge me. But if you get a speeding ticket or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about, and go before a judge, is he not judging you? You see what I'm saying? See how that don't make any sense? But the first thing would come out of, the average person's mouth is that you can't judge me, because a perverse spirit has been mingled upon this place to lead you away from considering what is right, natural, or acceptable. Men being with women, that's right, natural, and acceptable. A 2-parent household, that's what's right, natural, and acceptable. Not this single parent crap. which leads up to a lot of mishaps in society. But that goes back to that, like we just read here, and Isaiah says, "Cause to turn aside from away from what is good or true or morally right." That's immoral to be sitting up here putting video cameras in bathrooms and whatnot amongst people who trust you as friends, as colleagues. But that's normal here in Babylon the Great. Because like I said, if you're on a cell phone, TV, smart TVs, or laptop, anything with a camera on it, you're being recorded. But, that's on that level. But the level he stooped to, because you take those cell phones and things into the bathroom with you voluntarily, but you're still being recorded. But that leaves no excuse for an individual to do such a vile thing, though, not making an excuse. But that's the point on that right there. Again, this is Isaiah 19:14. The Lord had mingled a perverse spirit, a spirit to lead away from what's right, acceptable, and moral in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work. Everything that is looked upon here is in total, I'm looking for the right word, whereas the Lord has set up laws, statutes, commandments, everything is in opposition to it. So this place is in error because everything here is in opposition to what is right, moral, and acceptable by the Most High. It's caused Egypt to err in every work, therefore thereof, as a drunken man staggered in his vomit. You throw up and you wallow in this mess. And you're all right with it. Just like what it is, what they call that Mardi Gras, all kind of old madness going on down, when that happened. A fine example. But you know what, I ain't gonna hold you too long. I'm gonna grab a few scriptures. Let's go to 1 Corinthians real quick. I think it's 2. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 2. Because I was making a point about you being judged. You judge whether your woman is dressed properly. You make a judgment. Hey, go take that off, put something else on. If you're dealing with the law, statutes, commandments, if the Lord is dealing with you, then you make judgments all day. And it's not frowned upon. But in this society, is do as thou wilt, a perverse spirit being mingled, that's frowned upon, But like I said, you get a ticket or whatnot, you go before a magistrate or a judge, and what does he do? Pass judgment. Go figure. This is 1 Corinthians 2:15. It says, but he that is spiritual, But he that is spiritual, mind you, most people are carnal. But he that is spiritual judges all things, yet he himself is judge of no man. Now, what is spiritual? Let's go to Romans real quick. This was Romans chapter 7. Let's see what being spiritual is. It says, for we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin. See that? The law. And if the majority of our people are not dealing with the law, so they're carnal. So they have no room to be judging. You smoking marijuana and you telling somebody you shouldn't be doing that, and you right, you got no room to judge. But if you are no longer doing that and you cleaned up, Lord and cleaned you up and set you free from that demon, then you got the right to look, man, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? For one, that's defiling the temple. You can't judge me, you did it, yeah, I did, but I seen the errors of my ways. The Lord opened my eyes to see the error of my way. So I can judge you because I know that's going off. You know what I'm talking about? I don't care if they do make it legal to go get you a prescription, a card, and all that. That's going off. Going back to Isaiah 19:14, a perverse spirit, an upside down spirit, a defiant spirit, an unmoral spirit has been mingled in this place. So you feel as though you can't be judged. because you don't uphold the law, statutes, and commandments. Just like it says again here, Romans 7 and 14, for we know that the law is spiritual. And what do our people do? The law is done away with. But I am carnal. Most of our people are carnal. Soul under sin. And don't know how to repent, come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. I made a comment about being a hypocrite. This is Matthew 7 and 1. It reads, judge not, that ye be not judged. If you out here, you know what I'm saying, actually trying to judge someone for something that you actually committing, you still indulging in, that's just being a hypocrite. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged, and with what measure ye merit, it shall be measured unto you again. So you know, you got to be careful, you know, if you're passing judgment. But the man that is spiritual, that practices laws, statutes, commandments, hey, he judges for all matters. The Most High is dealing with him more than likely, you know what I'm talking about? Because we be ambassadors of the Most High. So we got a right to judge. Matter of fact, let me grab it real quick. I'm finna close out here soon. I didn't want to make this too long. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, and I'm going to get straight to the point. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 20, and it reads, now then we being ambassadors for Hamashiach, as through Yahweh did beseech you by us, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Let me read that again. Now then we being ambassadors for Hamashiach, as through Yahweh Shem Yahushua did beseech you by us, we pray you in Hamashiach's stead be reconciled to Yahweh, for he had made him to be sin for us, who knew no sin, that we might be made the righteous of Yahweh in him. So through the law, through the being brought back, because the scriptures say being reconciled, reconciliation, being brought back, you know, and to the good grace of the Most High, you know what I'm saying, brought back to the favor, and good favor with the Most High. We stand as those ambassadors. So the Lord is going to be setting up judges, you know. I want to look at that word ambassador real quick. Someone going to have to be judging.
Strong's G 4243. Presbuo. Presbuo.
It says to be older, prior by birth, okay. To be an ambassador, act as an ambassador. Let's see. Strong's definition, by implication, act as a representative. We are the representatives of the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Not the Pope. Not Pastor Jennings. Not Clefro Dollar. Not T.D. Jakes. Not Joel Osteen. The men that the Lord has set out on the highways and hedges through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, beginning with the apostle elders, on down to brothers such as myself. Abba Ratazar, Lord's will. We are those men, those ambassadors, those representatives. So therefore, by enacting or practicing the righteous acts, rehearsing the righteous acts, which are the laws, statutes, commandments, in retrospect, by direct, we are spiritual. And men who are spiritual, Lord willing, we are those men, once again, can judge all things, being cleaned up, brought back. So you can judge a wicked-ass intern who's going to have to register to be, what you call it, a sex offender. 10 counts, 10 charges. He's going to have to register. Yeah, he's going to have to register. When it's all said and done, and we can pass judgment on these people. These people are beneath us for the most part. And 2/3 of our own people, man, participate in this foolishness. I'm gonna read this here and I'm gonna close it out. This is Psalms 110:6, and it reads, "He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries." Yeah, that's our Lord and Savior, Yahushua. And we being ambassadors to him, you know. What you think? What you think gonna be the case? Ain't he gonna already have men set up to bring charges? When you file charges against someone, that's a judgment call itself. When you out there prophesying against the nations, you know what I'm talking about, that's a judgment call in itself. When you Isaiah 58:1, matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. Isaiah 58:1, that's a judgment call in itself. It says, "Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shew my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins." That's a judgment call in itself. When you understand these scriptures, that's a judgment being made all the way through the scripture. That was a judgment call that for you to judge how you was acting and participating in this world, how you was doing abominable trash, and you clean yourself up through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. First and foremost, he cleaned you up, but you was cleaned up. It was a judgment call within yourself. Lord put a spirit on you to judge yourself, to examine yourself. That's a judgment call. That's judgment being passed all the time. So if anyone who may see this videos can't judge me, you judge whether or not them green socks went along with them white shoes you put on today. Was that not a judgment call? You judge that person in the mall today. She tacky as hell. Look at them nails. You know, that's judgment. But when you make it openly, you want to make offense about it. That's because that's the carnal nature of you. If you're not practicing laws, statutes, commandments, you're not spiritual. Goes back to the scriptures. You're not spiritual. What is spiritual? The law is spiritual. You know. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna leave it at that right there. I think the point been made. Now, the man that is spiritual can judge all. The man that is carnal, that's being a hypocrite, he can't judge a damn thing. Hey, Lord willing, it was edifying. I'm gonna give all infinite honor and praise to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Double honors to the Apostle Elders, Great Millstone. They shall.